The lights dim. The stadium hushes. The music starts again, echoing in the Grand Aquatic Arena in Budapest 2022. Anita glides, limbs weaving patterns in water, every move perfect. The audience applauds mid-routine. Judges lean forward. She seems weightless, a silhouette dancing in blue. Then, silence. The final note ends. She arches for her ending pose, but she doesn't break the surface. Beneath the applause, no one hears her. No one sees her body drift down. The cameras keep rolling. The crowd keeps clapping. Only one person senses the void. Her coach, Andrea Fuentes. In a heartbeat, she dives, fully clothed, plunges into the blue abyss. She reaches Anita, arms wrapping around her, lifting her slowly but desperately to air. The world gasps. That moment would later be called heroic. But to them, it was just instinct. Anita Alvarez was born on December 2, 1996 in Amherst, New York, just outside Buffalo, in the U.S. She grew up not far from swimming pools, with parents who understood the world of sport. Her mother, Karen, once competed in Olympic trials in 1984. Her father, David, coached young swimmers, so from a young age, Anita had water in her veins. She first tried synchronized, artistic swimming when she was about 6 years old. Some sources mention she fell in love with the sport at that age. At school, she was like many kids, juggling classes, friends, and late nights. But swimming practice always came early, before school, after school, weekends. She joined local swim clubs, pushed herself in pool drills, and slowly started entering competitions. She had siblings, brothers or sisters, in her life too, though public sources don't describe them in depth. I imagine quiet evenings at home, her family cheering her on, mom and dad's pride, siblings glancing at her trophies. In storytelling, you could flesh this out. A sister who teased her about water, a brother who never understood why she stayed underwater so long. She went to Kenmore West Senior High School, graduating in 2014. Her rise: she started competing internationally in junior championships, then made it to senior world championships around 2014-2015. She joined the U.S. National Artistic Swimming Team. She competed in the 2016 Olympics in duet with Maria Koroleva. Their duet placed 9th. She also competed in 2015 World Championships, 2014 Junior Worlds, etc. Over years, she earned medals in Pan American Games, bronze in 2019, and became a recognized name in U.S. artistic swimming. By 2021, she had earned the title USA Artistic Swimming Athlete of the Year. But the journey was never smooth. The sport is grueling. You hold breath underwater, spin, push strength, keep grace, all at once. While Anita's name was rising in the U.S., the person who would later save her already carried legend. She earned 4 Olympic medals, many world and European championship medals. She was among Spain's greatest in that sport. After retiring, in January 2013, partly due to tensions in the Spanish system, Andrea became a coach. Eventually, she moved to coach the U.S. senior team with others. Andrea is known for her fierce dedication, deep knowledge of the sport, and a calm but intense presence. She studied her swimmers, not just their moves, but their limits. When Anita learned Andrea would coach Team USA, she was incredulous. She idolized her. According to interviews, Anita said she didn't believe Andrea would actually join her team. This bond between coach and athlete is essential. Andrea didn't just teach routines. She learned Anita's breathing, thresholds, signs of fatigue, emotional states. Over years, they built a silent language. The coach senses when she must push, when she must pull back. The days leading to the World Championships in 2022 were intense. Long practices, mock routines under harsh lights, repeats of choreography, underwater drills, breath holding, synchronizing every arm flick, every extension. Anita was physically ready, but the mental pressure was mounting. She had fainted once before. In June 2021, during the Olympic qualification tournament in Barcelona, she lost consciousness underwater. Andrea had to rescue her that time too. So in her mind, the fear lingered. What if it happens again? she must have thought. Yet she suppressed it. In her world, anxiety is a competitor you don't show. In the locker room before her solo final in Budapest, she sat quietly. She visualized the routine, heard the music in her head, felt the weight of the moment. Finals, years of training, expectations. Her heart beat heavy, sweat mixing with chlorine scent. Andrea approached, gave a brief nod, a quiet whisper. You know your body. You know when to push and when to listen. That unspoken trust passed between them. Then she walked onto the deck, toes curling on the edge, took a breath, dove in. The underwater lights flare in blue. Anita moves, weaving, fish-like, articulate. The world above is muffled. The judges' faces blur. Her internal metronome counts every beat. She gives everything, each arm, each leg, each twist fully. In her head she hears, one more breath hold. Finish strong. At the final movement she extends, through her last arm flourish, twisting, reaching, letting water swirl. She knows she gave the best she had. But then, the world dims. Her vision flickers. She feels a fog in her lungs. She is gasping in oxygen debt. She does the final gesture. Then darkness. She senses she's slipping. She doesn't feel the surface. The applause still echoes, distorted. Her body, now unconscious, halts in movement. She begins to float down, slow but unstoppable, like a leaf drifting. In the water, she's silent, weightless. Strangers above clapping, unaware. Above water, the stadium still roars. Cameras flash, judges applaud. No one realizes. But Andrea is watching. Something in her gut screams, that wasn't right. She expected Anita to break, to emerge. But silence. She sees Anita's legs flicker at the bottom. She commands, lifeguards, dive. But the rules, the hesitation, the difference in signals. No one moves fast enough. Without second thought, Andrea dives in, fully clothed. She drives downward, slicing through water. Her years of training kick in. She reaches Anita, wraps her arms from behind, and then the fight upward begins. They kick off the pool bottom. Andrea pulls, pushes, dragging them toward light. In that moment, time stretches. Around them, other coaches dive, medics rush, hands reach in. But for a moment, it's just Andrea and that unconscious body. At the surface, they break through. Anita is limp, not breathing. Andrea and helpers pull her to the poolside. Medics swarm, oxygen mask, CPR, stretcher. Cameras capture the moment, the hero coach, the saved athlete, the gasp of stadium silence. In the medical tent, eyes closed, machines blinking. Anita's family waits. Her mother grips hands, siblings hover, heart pounding. It feels like hours, though minutes. Then slowly, she breathes. Oxygen flow, pulse returns. The doctors say it, she's okay. They check vitals, oxygen, sugar, blood pressure normal. It was a faint loss of consciousness due to extreme exertion, pushing past limits, oxygen running out during her routine. Andrea later said, it was her best performance ever. She just pushed through her limits, and she found them. The partnership between coach and athlete grew deeper. Anita called Andrea my hero. Their bond, more than coach-student. In that water, Andrea became her guardian. Later, Anita reflected, she felt in that moment a strange calm, as though she had done all she could. She remembers the final arm motion. Then, I don't feel too great. And then black. Because of that incident, officials barred her from the team-free routine final at that championship. That scarred moment didn't break her. She came back. In 2023 and 2024, Anita competed. She earned medals in world championships. In August 2024, she and Team USA won the silver medal in artistic swimming at the Paris Olympics, the USS, first in that event since 2004. After that fragile moment in Budapest, they soared together. Andrea and Anita's story became more than sport. It became trust, redemption, survival. Family in the wings. Imagine her mom, tears streaming, watching live broadcast images of her daughter motionless, siblings holding hands, her father pacing in the warm-up room, phone to ears. This is not just a swimmer, this is their child. The coach's fear, Andrea diving, thinking, please don't let me fail her. The seconds underwater stretch like minutes. Her arms ache, lungs burn, but she doesn't stop. The silence in applause, the cruel irony, the crowd cheering, celebrating the art, oblivious to the life slipping away. Internal debate. In her unconscious mind, Anita may have felt split, fight or let go. She remembered past fainting in Barcelona, the coach diving, rescuing. That memory both haunted and grounded her. Aftermath, PTSD, fear, doubt. Every dive brings a memory. But Andrea's presence becomes anchor. In artistic swimming, athletes perform intense routines while holding breath, exerting muscles, twisting underwater for long durations. Oxygen is limited. The body uses it faster than you can intake. When Anita pushed past her limit, the oxygen debt overwhelmed her system, causing her brain to shut down. Shallow water blackout is a term sometimes used in breath-hold sports. Because of that, even though she completed movements, her body could no longer sustain consciousness. It wasn't a mechanical injury, it was a boundary crossed, but still terrifying. In a pool, that means risk of drowning. Andrea later said, the lifeguards hesitated because of strict FINA rules about when they can intervene. Andrea recognized the danger and acted. She said she did the fastest freedive of her life. Let me rewind to that first hook in your mind. A performer going under, applause above, one figure cutting through water to save. That image holds tension, fear, hope, and love. It reminds us that sometimes the most dangerous moments are the quiet ones. Anita's journey, from a young kid in Buffalo, loving the water, chasing perfection, to nearly losing it, then rising again, is a testament to resilience. Her relationship with Andrea, once idol, then coach, then savior, is complex, moving, emotional. If I were to end this like a film, when she opened her eyes, it wasn't just about returning to the surface. It was about remembering why she swam, who would catch her when she couldn't. In the silent blue, she faced her darkness. But together with Andrea, she rose again.